In today's video, we'll be revisiting an experiment where we combined superglue with hot borax solution. We'll try a few different methods of combining the two and see how it reacts. Not too long ago, I had an experiment where I took a balloon full of superglue, submerged it underneath some hot borax solution, and then I popped the balloon, and that looked really cool. It sort of exploded and solidified all at once, kind of reminding me of a giant kernel of popcorn. Today what we're gonna do is revisit that with some better lighting, a square-walled tank so you can see everything better, and we're gonna try some of the different ways to mix the two that were suggested in the comments of the previous video. Here's the basic idea. We've got a 10-gallon fish tank full of hot borax solution, and we're gonna try combining it with superglue in pretty much every way we can come up with. Before we start pouring large quantities of superglue into this tank, I do wanna try a few experiments with other methods of combining these two. So we'll try mixing some superglue into some plain borax with no water. We'll try mixing it into a cold borax solution. We'll add some superglue to hot water with no borax in it. We'll see if adding the alcohol ink seems to change the reaction time at all in the hot borax solution. We'll try loading some of our superglue into a squirt gun and a large plastic syringe, and we'll see how they react. Superglue coming in contact with the borax, I would say it solidified pretty much instantly. Let's try just another little squirt right here, see if it does the same thing. I'm gonna try and poke it with my finger just a little bit faster this time. Oh, yep, that is cured. Now we have evidence that borax will solidify superglue just right on contact, which helps explain why the hot borax solution solidifies superglue so quickly. Adding in some borax to our cool water. Now with the borax dissolved into the water, water does cause superglue to harden all on its own, and borax makes it harden very quickly. So I expect that this will still cause our superglue to harden quite quickly, although not as fast as the hot solution. That was pretty neat. So that definitely does go quickly. Also makes kind of a neat noise. As a comparison now, here is our hot borax solution. So it works pretty well in cool borax solution, but hot borax solution is even faster and more reactive. That's why we like to keep it nice and warm. It is possible that this has more to do with my squirting technique than the temperature, but I also think that the hot borax solution makes for a fluffier plastic than the cool borax solution. A popular request was to see what would happen if we squirted, instead of the superglue into the solution into the superglue. So I'm now filling this cup part way with superglue. We'll use a syringe and squirt our hot borax solution into the glue. First couple drips. Woo! There was more dripping in than I wanted. All right, now I'm just gonna squirt quite a bit in all at once. We've got a tank full of hot water. Let's add in some borax. We tried loading some superglue into a squirt gun, but the squirt gun wouldn't squirt. I think some of the superglue must have gummed up the works so quickly that it wasn't really pumping it out to the nozzle. In the last video, there were some comments saying that the alcohol that I used in the ink to dye the superglue might actually affect the reaction time. I want to do a little bit of a side-by-side test of superglue without ink and superglue with ink to see if it seems that it's going any faster or slower. There's some superglue with no dye. That is plenty of dye right there. Got a good red color superglue going on. If there is a difference in the reaction speed, it's quite minimal. That is polymerizing very quickly. It's cool how organic this ends up looking. Like this looks like a creature or coral or something like that. It doesn't look like something that was just manufactured. It kind of looks more like something that grew. We did discover by accident that if you add too much alcohol ink, it actually causes a reaction with the super glue. It heats up, bubbles, and polymerizes, solidifying quickly and kind of dangerously, actually. We've seen what plain super glue going down into the borax solution does, but what happens if the super glue is coated on something else? Putting on a black glove over another pair of gloves because, well, two reasons. One, I don't want the super glue to accidentally get on my skin, and these other gloves are longer. And two, the borax solution is warm enough that it's uncomfortable down inside, and I think that the super glue reacting will get even warmer. So this is a heat barrier around my hand. Here goes. 3, 2, 1. It was quick, but it wasn't very extreme. It was such a thin coating of super glue that for the most part, it just polymerized into a thin film. It's glued shut. 1. Well, that might be about the quickest and strangest way to go through 16 fluid ounces of super glue, but it does look really cool. It's a fun reaction to try, it's a fun reaction to watch, and the result is really entertaining. If there's any other experiments you would like to see us try along these same lines or just with super glue in general, let us know down in the comments. Try and be a little bit more creative than put in a vacuum chamber, put it in the furnace, put in liquid nitrogen, put glow stick fluid in it. That's not the kind of ideas we're looking for. I came up with those all on my own as soon as I thought of trying to use super glue for stuff. I want to see something new. Guys, we've got more for you to see. That box up at the top will transport you directly to our last video, and you should go check that out. The box at the bottom will show you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. And if you hit this bomb in the middle, you'll be subscribed to the channel so you never miss out on the fun. Don't forget to ring that bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.